So last week, I was talking to Conspiracy Catz when he told me a little secret. He told me that he'd been approached by a guy to come and debate the one and only Nathan Oakley over on his platform. And of course, Conspiracy Catz agreed. Now, there was a bit of secrecy at this time going on, and rather than promote it there and then, it had to all be agreed, etc., etc. Now, Nathan accepted blindly. Absolutely, I'll debate anybody on your platform. But things changed once he found out that the debater was going to be Conspiracy Catz. That's when all hell broke loose. That's when Nathan lost his marbles, and that's when the premier, number one, best of the best, flat earth debater in the entire wide world took tail and ran away. That's right. Nathan the coward sprinted as fast as his little legs would take him, as far away from any debate against Conspiracy Catz. So, I'm going to play you some audio recording that I took last week when I was speaking to Conspiracy Catz. I'm going to play you a clip of what happened when we met up in Southport, and I'm going to play you some recordings of where we are to date and what Nathan Oakley's excuse was as for not debating Conspiracy Catz. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Right, mate, listen, I have to stop you there, right? Because, listen, I'm going to record this for posterity. I've just opened up OBS, and listen, I know what's going to happen. I know that Nathan's going to back out. You've just said that you know Nathan's going to back out, right? So can you just tell, right? So let's get this right? So it's July the 30th. It's Friday, July the 30th, right? And you've just told me something that you're going to be having a debate with Nathan Oakley on some channel, some Australian or New Zealand channel or something like that. But he doesn't know that it's you, right? He has no idea that it's you. So what's the prediction when he finds out that it's you? What do you say, Catz?
I like what you're doing. It's good. Listen, mate, just promise me something though. The guy that I'm emailing, Pat Brittenden, whose channel it is, I don't want to screw up the possibility of doing the debate on his channel. So I'm happy to tell you the story if it's going to be on record, but and I'm sure it'll appear in a video down the line. But can we make sure that none of it goes out in the video, until the whole thing's done and dusted and sorted? Is that okay?
Right, fair enough. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Right. I was just getting. Yeah. It's just I was just eager to get it down. I was just eager to fucking But I'm not. I won't put anything out. I promise. Right. So I won't put anything out. Right.
So I get a WhatsApp from Plain Old Walk this morning, and I like Plain Old Walk. He's a great kid. We've got a lot of time for him. And he said, "Oh, I've just heard Nathan Oakley is going to be debating off his channel." Now, I wonder where he'd heard that from, because as far as I knew, I was the only person who knew. I had an email from Pat Brittenden yesterday, I got it yesterday, asking me if I wanted to debate Nathan Oakley, because he'd emailed him, and Nathan Oakley had come back and said, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely up for this debate." Because his website, I don't even know, his podcast has been picked up by a media website over there. It gets over 1 million hits a day, so it's a massive audience for Nathan. So Nathan's jumped at this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna debate on that channel." And I bet he reckons it's a really obscure place he can go, and if he gets beat, he doesn't have to tell anybody. But if he doesn't get beat, he can chop it up and put it out on his channel. So yeah, he's agreed to a debate.
And he doesn't know. And he doesn't know that you're the opponent.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I said. He's agreed to do this debate. Apparently, he was very keen, and then Pat has emailed me to say, "Will I be his opponent?" Now, I've emailed him and basically said, "Yeah, I'm all up for it and whatnot." But that's all I know at the minute. I've not heard anything back, but I think we know where it's going to go. I think we know no way Nathan in a million years is going to step up to the plate. But that's the situation we're in. So if either steps up to the plate and he debates me without his mute button, which will go very badly for him, or he pulls out, in which case I'll make a video telling everyone that he agreed until it was me and then he pulled out. So it should be interesting.
Well, listen, there's no way in a million years that Nathan's going to step off his debate platform and come and debate you. I know that for a fact, right? I 100% know that. It's like if he was to go and debate anybody, he would want to pick somebody that basically doesn't have any idea about the model, basically, so that somebody that he can just walk all over. And I tell you what, I guarantee you this, when he finds out it's you, he is going to back out. That's my prediction.
Well, think about Pat. Like, he sent a link to his channels, and he's he's a really professional guy, right? Really professional guy. And if you look at any of his stuff, like he had Mark Sargent on, and he treated him with loads of respect, dead respectful and whatnot. But he doesn't allow any, there's no dumpster fire, there's no screaming, that's not going to happen. And what I reckon is he's thought he's going to go over there and maybe debate someone who has never even heard of flat Earth before, or even debate Pat or something, and then he can just, I don't know. I think he's thinking he can get away with it. He can maybe beat someone who doesn't know his tricks and then chop it up and put it out on his channel. And I reckon that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And obviously he knows that he won't get away with that with me. So we'll see. But if he says yes, it'll be that'd be hilarious. It'd be absolutely fantastic. I think people will absolutely love it, and I'll certainly love it anyway.
Well, the thing with him is, it's like he's desperate to have a debate off his platform so that he can release a video saying he's had a debate off his platform, because everybody is getting on his back about him not leaving his mute button and not going off his debate platform. Yeah. So I think that's what's happened. I think he's decided, this might be the perfect opportunity, right? But if he doesn't know that you're the opponent yet... I could just imagine his little face when he opens up his email and it says, "This is from," what's he called? Somebody Brittenden. Pat Brittenden. So Pat Brittenden from Pat Brittenden. Oh, your opponent is Conspiracy Catz. I can just imagine his face. He'll be thinking of 6 million things. He'll have 6 million things running past his head. How can I get out of this? What can I do? What can I say? You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. You know it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. There'll be something come up. It'll be like, well, I don't even know, because he's agreed to it now. He's going to have to think of something.
Oh, right, okay. So he's actually agreed to it, hasn't he? I forgot about that. Oh shit.
So it was all over it, but like apparently emailed straight back. Like Pat emailed him, and then he got email just bounced straight back. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it. But I'm already starting, because he's not going to do it. I'm already starting making a video, logging sort of the events, because he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And then when he doesn't do it, I'm going to get my video out.
But how's he going to get out? I can't. Well, see, I was dead. I forgot then that he'd actually agreed to it. So, I mean, he's going to have to think of something special to get out of it then. If he's already agreed to debate anybody. Fire it up. I'm the best debater in the world. I'm Flat Earth's best debater. So, yeah, of course I'm going to debate anybody. Bring it on. And then he finds out you're the fucking opponent, and he's going to... Well, I don't suppose he can get out of it now, I suppose. I mean, you word your bond, right?
He'll just, what's the word? Obfuscate. Obfuscate, is that the word? Procrastinate? He'll just drag it out, and then stop replying. That's what he'll do. It'll be a sweep under the carpet job. God, can you imagine though if he did? If he actually stepped forward and actually debated and had to actually explain stuff like, what is diffraction? What do you mean when you say the term is perspective included in Earth curve maths? It'd be hilarious. It's a pipe dream, mate. Though he's not going to do it.
It would be humiliating. Yeah, but he can't get out of it now. Like you said, he's already agreed to it. So. It's a
bit like that pool match for you tomorrow, mate. You're in it now, so you can't get out of doing it.
Well, bragging rights are going to come to me, obviously, because I'm better than you.
We'll find out. I'm going to bring my special chalk. I have my special snooper socks on.
Special chalk, right? I've got underpants. I'll use my underpants for chalk.
A bit of brown chalk.
Too much information. Anyway, I'm recording this for posterity, by the way. I'm recording this for... Actually, I could include this in the video when I kick your ass. And I can say, look at my prediction. I won the pool. Anyway, never mind.
Disturbing if you actually... It will be more disturbing if you included in the video you actually were chalking your cue with some dirty shit.
Don't tempt me to bring some along. Holy shit.
I tell you what, mate, working as a teacher around kids for all this long has distorted my... I've got the most childish sense of humour now, I think. So anyway, right,
joining the queue,
I'm done.
right.
I'm going to shoot, but I'll see you tomorrow. I'll pick you up on the Velvet Trail about... I forgot what time you were saying. About 11:15.
Yeah, about 11:15, something like that. Right.
Right. We'll get some films.
So anyway,
I'll look forward.
Right, one last thing, because I'm recording. One last thing before you go. What's your final prediction? Will he debate you? Will he not debate you? Will he make something up to get out of it? What is it going to be?
It's not even a thing. There's no way in a million years is he going to accept this. Never.
Right, and I will double down on that, and I will agree to that too. That'll be my prediction too. So let's see how this goes. Right, I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.
Now, bearing in mind at this time, Nathan Oakley had already agreed with Pat Brittenden that he was happy to go on his platform and debate, but he didn't know who his opponent was. As soon as he found out the opponent, that's when the email started. That's when the objections started getting raised. That's when Nathan started to chicken out. Let's hear what Nathan has to say about this.
A chap got in touch with me called Pat Brittenden, and he's claiming to have like 1 million views a day. He's a New Zealander, right? And he asked me if I wanted to debate. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll go on your platform. You're popular, and I'll debate. And he came back to me and said, I've got debate partner Catz lined up. And I raised a series of objections with this guy.
Yes, you did, Nathan. You did raise a series of objections. We all know that, and we're all about to hear them.
The main one being that when I've debated Catz, I've had to put no less than 80 renditions of the same point. Coincidentally, the same point you're talking about now, having to repeat, 20, 25 times? And the point doesn't get one.
Well, of course the point doesn't get one, Nathan. That's because you're wrong. And basically what you're saying is that unless they agree with me, my 80 renditions, or repeating the same thing 20 to 25 times, and they don't concede that I'm right, I won't debate them in future.
Now, in response to this Pat Brittenden guy is like, it'll be a fair debate.
So he said it'll be a fair debate. Happy days. Why don't you take him at face value? Why don't you believe what he says? Or are you going to try and make a straw man argument up? Let's see.
Even though I'm absolutely unequivocally biased in favour of this cartoon character I'm going to put in front of you, who is not a globe expert and is in fact a school teacher.
And of course you do. Well done, Nathan. And then you turn around and say, globe expert, school teacher. Well, I don't see what that's got to do with anything. Surely, at the end of the day, if you're going to have a debate with somebody, you would just want to debate someone so that you could have an easy win, right? So an easy win should be debating the school teacher and not debating the expert, as you've just claimed. So, again, your argument makes absolutely no sense to me.
Who turned YouTuber and now goes out with an anti-flat earth rhetoric, ignoring points in excess of 80 times.
And there we have it, the anti-flat earther. That's the first time that this is raised on this particular segment, and you'll notice the vigour with which Nathan actually says this. And I believe that's just to ram home the point that because he's a YouTuber and a content creator, then he should be also viewed as an anti-flat earther. But I don't get it. I don't understand the logic here. Anti-flat earther, glober, they're pretty much the same in my eyes, except just one has more knowledge about your bollocks. And clearly what you're saying is that you don't want to debate somebody who has knowledge of your bollocks. You'd rather debate somebody that basically is just going to walk into every trap that you're going to lay down for him.
Yeah. So trying to get this across to somebody who's obviously biased in favour of a globe, this host, Pat Brittenden.
Why is he obviously biased? Again, I don't get it. Where's your proof of this? He said it would be a fair debate. Why are you then strawmanning him and turning around and saying that it's no longer going to be a fair debate? Where did you get that from? How did that arise?
He refuses. I've now given him 5 renditions of this point that we're now discussing, Tommy.
So, in other words, you emailed this guy back 5 times to tell him 5 times why you weren't prepared to debate Conspiracy Catz, because he wouldn't concede your points after you asking him 80 times and being wrong 80 times. Because Conspiracy Catz didn't agree with you being wrong 80 times, you're now going to tell Pat Brittenden 5 times that you're not willing to debate Conspiracy Catz because the 80 times you were wrong, Conspiracy Catz didn't concede to your points.
That when it comes to somebody who's an anti-flat earther like Catz, you have to point out to somebody who's intending to utilise their abilities in debate.
See, an anti-flat earther like Catz, love it. So what he's saying again is that, oh, Conspiracy Catz is an anti-flat earther, therefore I don't want to debate somebody who knows my shit.
That they don't allow debating points to be won by way of intellectual dishonesty.
Yes, they don't allow points to be won that are wrong. Well done, Nathan, you're starting to understand this.
Ignorance of the point, that would be to ignore the point completely.
Ignorant of what point? Which point do you want to make out? The point of the black swan, let's say, where you just completely ignore refraction? Or what about the gas pressure without a container, except you're talking about atmospheric pressure and not gas pressure? Oh my dear. I mean, how many times does this need to be explained to you?
And diversionary tactics, away from subject matters which are having to be repeated again and again and again instead of being conceded.
So just because he won't concede a point to you because you're wrong, that is the reason you don't want to debate him. Right, got it.
So there's experts out there. Is Catz an astrophysicist or geologist?
No.
So he's not a fucking expert then, is he?
No.
So what's your objection again, twat?
That's why I...
Twat! So our discussion is about how Catz isn't a fucking expert. He's an ex-school teacher, he used to teach kids. Now he's turned YouTuber. Now, given that I'm in the minority here, I have no issue whatsoever labelling myself an expert, given that there's no flat earth department in a university to get myself accreditation for the expert status I've assigned myself. So I'm going to call myself a fucking expert. You don't have to like that. But Catz, on the other hand, is just one of many, 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 many wankers who like to call themselves an expert, in spite of the fact there's fucking departments that can give them expert status. Like you've just listed. I'd like one of them. So I'd like one of them, wanker. Yeah, I'd like a fucking expert to debate me. You aren't that. You're a dick. Like Catz, you're a cartoon character. I've never seen your face, I don't know your name, I can't research you, I can't study your accreditation, I can't see how much of an expert you are. You are a faceless wanker. Like Catz, just a twat with a name and no expertise in the matters that I debate. Experts in tactics and obfuscation and ignoring the same point 80 times. Definitely not an expert.
It's funny how you just...
I don't give a fuck what you find funny, you're just a faceless dick. Alright, so experts, what about geologists? You came up with that one too, didn't you?
So you want any of those?
Oh, an expert? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking for. Maybe if we repeat this about 16 more times, we'll establish unconditionally that Catz is not an expert in this field.
And now let's hear what Conspiracy Catz has to say about this. Will you be doing any more Flat Earth debates?
Probably, yes.
Okay. And who would you like to debate, given the opportunity?
Well, funny you should mention that. Here's some breaking news. Nathan Oakley has agreed to debate on a podcast out of New Zealand or Australia, and they got in touch with me to see if I'd be his opponent after he'd already agreed to step up and debate. And then when he found out I was his opponent, he's now trying to wiggle out of it by saying I have to agree that basically I've got to agree that the Earth is flat before we even start the debate. So I've got to agree that the radius of the Earth has been debunked. The Earth has no radius; it's not a sphere. Otherwise, he won't debate me.
Okay, so you're basically saying that he would have debated you outside of his mute platform, and now that he knows that you're the debate
Yeah, he agreed on an obscure, a channel that's not in our community. He agreed to do a debate on a podcast. It does have a small YouTube channel against somebody else until he found out that I was going to be his opponent, and then he's worming out of it.
Wow. Okay, well, I didn't not expect that to happen, to be fair. I mean, we know that he never leaves his own platform. We know that. So, but the fact that he's already agreed to it and then he's backing out because you're the opponent, that's very telling, I think.
Yeah, I think in his mind he thought, well, it's a podcast no one's heard of. It's, I can go on and I can debate someone, I can scream and shout them down or whatever, and then I can cut it and clip it and put it on my channel and make it look like I have done a debate off my own channel without my mute button, and I did really well. I think that's what was going through his head. I might be wrong, but then he doesn't want to do it anymore. Funnily enough.
Now, obviously, that was us in the pub, and for content creation's sake, I had to play along like I had no idea. But I already knew this. I already knew that Conspiracy Catz and Nathan were going to have this debate, and I already was well aware that it was likely Nathan was going to tuck tail and run, and clearly he did. So, there we have it. The Flurf's best debater running away from, as in Nathan Oakley's words, an ex-school teacher. Oh dear. The best Flurf debater running away like a little chicken coward. Run, Nathan, run, run. People will soon find out that you are not prepared to debate anybody who knows how to combat your bullshit. And I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Take care.